And men aren't protecting their women like they should. I'm not pointing blame, but I'm saying women are allowing it. You got me? When women accepted being belittled. When a woman accepted being a bitch instead of the queen, when the princess decided to be a bitch instead of a queen and move on up in rank, instead she went down in rank.
Right. And accept the little instead of demanding respect.
It ain't even got to be a demand because your position already demands respect.
Okay.
You are a mother, so a man should respect you like he respects his mother. You are
Okay.
somebody's sister, so he should respect you like he respects his sister. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And daughter.
How we treat women.
I was talking about how
You was gonna create this group of muscle men to step up and provide security for women, especially elderly or no,
women who are abused.
yeah, abused women.
So I want
And I
bro.
was saying that as a society, we have come so far gone from men protecting women and children.
Now, what I was going to say was, what was it that you wanted to jump on?
So I came up with 5 key components of a relationship, right?
Sounds intriguing.
And I'm going to tell you these 5 components, but I have a few questions that I want to ask you about them because I want to know which components do you feel are the most important, and is one before the other,
Oh,
or can they all go hand in hand?
oh, great question. Great question. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I have 5 key components, right?
Okay. First,
Trust,
trust,
respect,
respect, yeah,
communication,
communication.
loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
and honor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All very bold words, but to everybody, they're different.
Yes, I agree with that. But it's only different because some people actually are just accepting the what I'm going to say notation of the word being meaning that they didn't actually look it up in the dictionary. or in Webster or in the encyclopedia, or you know what I'm saying. When you look up these words, sometimes you got to figure out where it came from and why it was formed. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually get the true meaning of where it is. Like trust. Where else have you used or heard that word?
We throw around trust all the time, whether it be personal relations, whether it be workforce relations amongst family or friends. We always talk about how we want to be trusted or be worthy of trust, you know?
Okay. And that's why I'm saying to you the context of the word. It says, like, of course, having faith in another person's ability to be dependable.
Okay.
But let's see what else it means. We truly don't take the whole word in its entirety. So when you look at it from my perspective, this is what I'm saying. Okay, so trust is one of the aspects. And as trust, we should understand exactly what it is saying. So the exact definition that is in the dictionary of Oxford Languages is it is a firm belief in reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. That kind of changes the context for how we use it. You got me?
It does.
The strength of that's like actually meaning that's almost damn near saying we gotta test our trust in each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then check this out. Just so you can see another context of what you gotta look at it as. Trust. When you and a person sit down and say, yo, let's develop trust, you also use this word in law practices and financial. It's a word that's used in the bank and in
It
stock
is.
exchange, which is an arrangement whereby a person, a trustee, holds property as its nominal owner for the good of one or more beneficiaries, such as a trust being set up, safekeeping, shall I say,
Mm-hmm.
protection, shall I say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. A lot of words
I'm just
to
saying
describe it.
the context changes because the way that people were using it. So let's say if we go back in the day, when they said trust, they were talking financial. When they had arranged marriages and money was involved, money exchange and money growth, they considered these things. So, of course, they developed a trust. And most likely, fathers that was giving their daughters away to rich men were hoping that they would become trustees. We look at the word in the context of firm belief and reliability. Point blank, period. That's all that we don't even look at the rest of the word. I mean, the rest of the meaning at all. Let's say firm belief and reliability. That's where we stop the buck most times. But we should also look at the firm belief in truth and the firm belief in ability or a firm belief in the strength of someone or something. It don't even the word trust don't even always stand for the human and human genome or conversation. It also means that's still being. you can trust. You got me?
Yes, I'm following.
Like literally it's saying confidence. You have confidence in that person. Or you even have belief in that person or in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So and then look, here comes look similar words. Here's what they say for similar words. Check it. Confidence, belief, faith, freedom from suspicion and doubt. Trust literally means to not doubt that person.
Okay.
So that person can make as many mistakes and you still be like, yo, I don't doubt that person at all. You know what I mean? That's why I say
Absolutely.
it sounds like to the content of the word, it means it's like, to me, it sounds like it's a word that is saying how tough the bulletproof is. You know what I'm saying?
I can get that analogy. Yes.
Because these words, certainty, certitude, assurance, conviction, credence, reliance,
Reliance.
these words are deep and they all come within the same circle of context. And you would use these words in business as well. So we got to understand the word itself before we use it in that context. I believe if none of that stuff is on the same level, then we need to give up. Because if you trust a person, it doesn't matter what the person do as long as you can depend on that person to accomplish what it is you're expecting in that view of trust. And if that's there, then you're definitely gonna respect that person, and that means the person already respects you. And the only reason why it should be that far is because you already honor each other. Now I can sit here and go through the linkage of all of that, but I'm just saying, once again, when it comes down to that trust, we can bend and break the law of its meaning in many ways.
So what you're saying is you can dress it up and dress it down, and it'll still remain the same depending on the environment in which the content is being used.
I'm saying it's always going to come out according to the person's own emotional attachments to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you've been scarred and emotional when it come down to what you feel like trusting people, then you know what I'm saying?
Ditto.
You go more to the context of trust where it's defensive and the word is meaning to test the, its strength. You know what I'm saying? And the understanding of what I'm getting, but trust and what we use it as in is like stepping out on a ledge. You know what I mean? That's how
Because
it
you
sounds to me. It sounds like a person's like, okay, I'm gonna step out on this ledge and I'm gonna trust you to hold my weight.
right.
When I think the word should be more reliance and dependable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Trust is the testing of the strength and faith and reliance. When reliance and dependability are the actual action and I want to say tangible situation that we really want. So I would leave trust just for the description of the relationship in certain aspects. Instead, I would take out trust and put dependability and reliance, because those are stronger words. And that's
Can you
exactly
say
what
that
you want.
list
This
again,
person I
sir?
can rely on. I can depend on that person. That's
Trust,
actually an action saying,
respect,
yo, I know for certain.
communication,
Trust sounds like,
loyalty, honor.
We're gonna look
this
up
is the
honor right
gauge
now.
of
We're just
which,
jumping
you know
from
what I
the top
mean?
to bottom because I connected
Yeah.
those two words. So
And,
the meaning of
or
honor,
measurement,
according
scale. That's
to
what it sounds more of.
Oxford Languages
Trust.
Dictionary,
Pull out your trust and see how
it
much
says
reliance you have
high
in this person. You know what I'm
respect,
saying?
Oh, yeah.
great
Very broad
esteem.
subject. Now that you break
This
it down into various aspects.
portrait hangs in the place of honor.
And I think
So
all of it
it
is important
also says
because
adherence
one,
to
you
what is
have to
right
honor. If you don't honor each other,
or to a conventional standard of
then
conduct,
you've already destroyed your moral
meaning
ground.
trend, basically.
You're secretly
Adherence to what is
harboring
right, to
something. You know what
adhere
I'm
to
saying?
what is, of course,
If you don't honor
morals,
each
but
other,
um,
if you don't respect each other, if you are
if somebody
undependable
say
to each other,
walking on this
you're
side of the street
literally
is
settling
right
for
versus
misery.
the opposite.
And who wants to do
So
that?
Nobody wants to do
adherence
that.
to what is
That's
right or
ridiculous when you can create heaven all
to
the
a
time.
conventional standard of conduct.
You can have heaven as often as you want.
That means
That's the whole point of the relationship. You could be in misery.
integrity.
Most times, the single person is in misery, lonely, and
Agreed.
Adherence.
you know what I'm saying, wishing to be either in the crowd or part of somebody's actions or movement or life or
Integrity.
smile.
Here's the look. Oh, here's the
And then you
words.
get together, and
Similar
that person
words:
helps you create the heaven that
integrity,
you want,
honorableness,
and you help
honesty,
them, and hopefully
uprightness,
you have the same images in
ethics,
mind, so that way
morals,
y'all can enjoy your heaven together.
morality, principle, high principle, righteousness, guys.
I think once all those words line up
Rectitude,
equally,
nobility, high
and then you have
mindedness, right mindedness, noble mindedness,
Let's
virtue,
look at the definition for
goodness.
honor next, because you said that quite a few
Wow.
times. Ties
Okay.
back to being
Honor's a
able to.
good word. But as you can see, we're not even using it in the context of its full capabilities. There is words, virtue, goodness, decency, worthiness, worth, fairness, justness, justice, truthfulness, trustworthiness, reliability, dependability.
Mm-hmm. Those words.
Right back to that's why I was connecting all these words again. These are the things that have to line up. And actually, it makes more sense to say that once all those things are equal, that's when you know you can move forward into your courtship. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
that sounds more so like, yo, I really, really, really feel this way and this way and this way. And then, we spend a little bit more time together and hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
I did the breakdown of the relationships because I started realizing that there was all these stages that we talk about that we really don't shine on. Like, I remember being young and they would say you woo a woman. I guess that's the dating process, getting to know each other, going out and taking time to get to know each other. and then eventually you become committed, and then you become engaged, and then you become a relationship. Well, I mean, I guess marriage, but I believe the word relationship more to relation, as in marriage makes it a relationship. But I believe the content of the word relationship means more to you and I relate on these grounds. Because if you don't relate, there's no relationship.
Correct.
If you do not have something in common, even if it's just one thing that you could do that would bring you together, make you grow, make you look at that person and say, "Yo, I completely love this person to the depths of the soul." If it's that one thing, you have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people emphasize on the fact that we got to recognize and build on that relationship. I think people settle, get in a relationship, and say it's a relationship because they're settling for not being alone and being with the person that is proximity. Next word.
Respect.
I mean, I'm gonna look it up, but respect, that's self-explanatory. If you don't respect yourself and or the opposite sex, no, everything's down the drain. There's got to be even a small form of respect. But here we go. Obviously, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something. And like again, it's still being used in a wrong context. So this is where I'm saying we as people are really like off. But respect, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. That sounds vain, but it's saying admiration for someone that did something great in your eyes. So, if going by context, if that person didn't do anything great in your eyes, you don't have respect for them. A person has to, here's the example. The example given director had a lot of respect for Douglas as an actor. So it was only because Douglas was an actor that he had respect for him. So if he wasn't an actor, he wouldn't even care about Douglas. Due regards for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. Respect. Remember, did you watch Fast and Furious when
Yes,
you watched all of them?
all of them.
Do you remember when Ludacris first came in there?
I do.
Ludacris literally called Brian into the race. And at the end of the race, when Brian won, Brian peeled off a couple of bills from him and handed it to Luda. And Luda looked at the camera and said, "You know what you call this?" And he said, "It's mutual respect." technically that's the proper term for what this was just used for. Mutual respect. A feeling of deep admiration for someone or something allocated by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. And the second one, like he admired Brian for what he was capable of, right?
Right.
And then Brian paid his due respects. I'm gonna pause 1 second, so.